Hello and welcome to this pick a card reading, which is a collaboration with the amazing Helen from Eye of the Serpent Tarot. And today we'll be looking at what would your head say and what would your heart say about a particular issue that you're thinking about. And Helen, because she's kind of more in her head space, and she kind of goes to her head when thinking about things. She decided to do, what would your head say? What would your mind say? Which I thought was interesting. And me, I always think with my heart. I'm like kind of full on with the heart. I kind of know what's going on, and I think, okay, this is what I have to do, but I always drop into my heart space and feel what's going on there, and then I make my decision. So, yeah, this is going to be really exciting what we come up with. And I hope that we can give you some insight and advice on your issue. So I picked the Lovers as the card to signify the piles, because it's the most perfect card to symbolize not only love for others, more so love for oneself, and how the heart will guide you in making the correct choice for yourself. The Lovers is about a choice. It's about the choice we make, but also taking everything into account. You definitely don't just choose with your head when you're choosing with the Lovers. It's about what you love, what you really, truly, emotionally, spiritually, but yeah, more emotionally and more like heart-centered, which encompasses all of the elements of spiritual, emotional, physical, and yeah, mental as well. But yeah, it's about that congruency and about fitting that in together and how it molds together. So if you think with your heart first, watch this reading first, and then go and make a choice with Helen's reading, because then you can kind of like see what your mind is saying. And then if you think with your mind first, I'd suggest you go and watch Helen's first, and then come back and pick what your heart would be saying on this matter. Yeah, I hope you enjoy the readings. You have pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, pile 4. Pile 1 is the Dream Visions Tarot. Gorgeous card. Pile 2 is the Animals Oriens Tarot. Pile 3 is the Litha Tarot. And pile 4 pile 4 is the Broken Mirror Tarot. Okay, so pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, pile 4. Those are your piles, and I'll see you at your reading. Hello, pile 1, and welcome to your reading. You chose the Dream Visions Tarot. And from what I can sense already is that you really, there's a sense of balance here, that things need to be, that there really needs to be equal consideration for you to kind of like, your heart plays an important part in this. And that feeling of your heart has to be considered. So even if you are someone that does think with your head, I do get the sense that you do like, it's important what your heart says to you. It's really important. So I also want to get some Sufi advice, because the Sufis were specific in, kind of seeing the mysticism in the kind of with God, with love, being love as an accessible force, as a communion with God, with the divine. So I want to get some information. Oh, the cards keep on dropping. Right, okay. There we go. So we've got make friends. Okay, so it seems to me that there's some kind of working with others, which kind of you know, I felt that as well, but we're looking at like an equal kind of thing here. So maybe the opinions of others can help in this decision that you need to make. Okay, and I just want to get some astrology for you. Dear Spirit, for pile 1, what does their heart say? What does their heart say? What does pile 1's heart say? Solar eclipse revolution. Wow. Okay. So this is quite a big decision, it feels like. It feels like this is something big that you're deciding. Whether or not to... And it might be something that you're not used to. Interesting how we've got 4 and 4. You know? 2 of the same number. And it's the one up from the 6, which is twins. Okay, right. So let's get the overall flavour of your situation. But what I'm getting at the moment is that it's a big decision. It needs a balanced view with both of these two characters. They look very similar, you know. I'm getting a very yin-yang kind of vibe, which is the sense of the Lovers. But, you know, things need to be quite, you know, you need to have a balanced view. You need to have all of the, it's like you need to have all of the facts there, all of the factors that play into you making a decision. That needs to be there before you make the decision. And, you know, trust the thing about, like, trust your friends, trust, speak to people who you can trust about it. Hey, dear Spirit, what does pile 1's heart say? 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 Page of Pentacles reversed. We have the 7 of Swords. 6 of Pentacles reversed. 10 of Coins reversed. 6 of, okay, right, there's a little bit of issues here. And 5 of, so we've got 6 of Cups, and we've also got 6 of Cups reversed, and then we've also got the 5 of Pentacles reversed. I mean, you know, there may be some kind of like inability to be able to trust friends, you know, because you may not have been able to, you know, trust them. I think this is a decision, or this is an ability for you to really decide what it is exactly that you need to like understand, that it's almost like your discernment gauge is being fine-tuned. Because it seems to me that somebody's played you in the past. Now I feel like this could be a love situation. It also could be a friend situation. It could also be a business situation, because we've got like a lot of pentacles here. And it almost seems that because you've let your heart get involved with previously, it might seem that you've had a bad time, which is interesting. So, and it's because, I don't know, it's almost like making me think that you thought something, or maybe you fooled yourself into something, or thinking a certain way when some situation was a particular way and it wasn't. And it's interesting, we have the 10 of Pentacles here reversed, because that means that the illusion has been lifted. The 6 of Pentacles is showing that the balance has been restored, but the 5 is almost like, I don't know, pile 1. Like, I don't know if, like, either you tried to pull the wool over someone's eyes, or someone tried to pull it over you. Either in, like, a player sense of of romance, or in a business sense where you tried to get something. And I'm seeing this both ways. I'm seeing that, and this is about you relearning something. And it's a revolution. It's a complete change in your attitude towards how you view people and how they can help you. Because I don't know, I feel like there's this swing between like going in a place where you're feeling like really lonely and you're feeling you're having to make decisions on your own and you're feeling quite shut out, to understanding that this was supposed to be that way. This is actually the reality. I mean, with these two cards, it's really interesting because, you know, these are a little bit like kind of illusion like keeping up with the Joneses, but reversed, and then like, you know, oh, I'm only going to give a little bit, and actually no, it's an equal give and take. So, and nobody has, and you know, there's equal senses of control. And there's something here that it's almost like arisen from a bad memory where there's been some dishonesty. It could also be that, yeah, where someone has been dishonest. And that's made you reluctant to want to work with other people, want to ask people, want to have friends. And I totally see that. And this can be in business. I think it's either in business or in love, I can see. So, yeah, but it's... maybe that's the thing. Maybe it went over into love. Or like maybe it was the... I don't know, let me have a look. Like, I'm just getting the sense that there was too much emphasis that was placed on someone. And, yeah, because you trusted them and then they didn't fulfill your expectations, it kind of... yeah, they took you for a ride, for sure. But there is a sense of you placing quite a lot of expectation on them. But they did kind of screw you over, it feels like. And being in that kind of like poverty mindset has kind of stopped you from actually connecting with other people or connecting to your heart. Okay, can I get more about this? Yeah, somebody didn't follow through. Somebody didn't follow through. And it's kind of left you in a space, yeah, where you're trapped. Where you feel like you don't know who you can trust. But I think you're starting to really understand like what you really can trust, who you can trust, what you're gonna do. I don't know, I just got the image of like two babies in a womb, you know, like the baby in the embryo. So this is a new thing that's coming for you. There's something gestating for you to help you bring the right people to you. And I mean, look, the Six of Wands, because you're like understanding like what's true for you, you're actually starting to bring around a lot of success, and people are starting to see that. There's still a part of like the memory that's not dying yet. There's something that still needs to like transform, but you'll get there. I think this is a process. And the Chariot, yeah, it's going to take time. It's going to take time. Look, you've got 5 majors there, or 4 majors that have just appeared in terms of like moving through this and being able to trust people again, because this is what this is about. It's about you being able to trust people again. That's what your heart is saying. It's saying that you need to like give yourself the time to trust people again. Okay, I want to get you some advice with the Oracle, and this is the Amenti Oracle, which is, you know, the heart. I achieve with integrity. Yeah, it feels like there's been this sense of like not being able to be around people who are allowing you to kind of, you know, you haven't been able to achieve that integrity with certain people. And that's really, really hard. It's really hard when, you know, you're trying to kind of achieve something. and other people around you aren't. So it's about you finding your tribe. Eagle, wow. So I really get with that is that that's looking from a high perspective. Look at this, the sun, this, and this, which looks like a sun, and then you've also got this as well. So your happiness is around the corner. Like it's all about your view, your perspective, and about how much light you shine onto a subject. And you know, the eagle knows what it wants. And this is about you refining what you want. This is about you understanding what you really want. Because, I don't know, there may have been a kind of tendency to just trust who gave you, like, that sense of love or that sense of, like, encouragement. It could have been a project that you might have been backed up in. Like, you had, like, been looking for backing. And, you know, this funder came and they were giving you everything. They were like, yeah, this is exactly what I want to invest in, exactly what I want to do. And then all of a sudden they just like absconded. They just went. And they also, you know, lied to you about stuff. I don't know if they took money away from you, but I feel like they took away your integrity. And it really made you feel like, you know, your self-esteem went with that. And what I'm getting here is with this eagle, it's about you not only looking from above. You know, the eagle is a lone wolf. It's a lone, you know, it's on its own usually. It doesn't fly with a flock. So it's about you being able to see who it is that you can really trust, rather than just trusting. You know what I'm getting? It's that idea of like the eagle is going to go for like worthy prey. It's not going to go for prey that is not really worth it, because otherwise it's going to be a waste of its energy and its time. Okay, I want to do this. I think I've got too many cards here, but anyway, let's see. Marlene Dietrich. Dress for yourself, not for a lover or occasion. What was I saying? Once you have forgiven your lover, get them to reheat the sin. Wow, I love that. It's the friends you call after the hours that matter. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I'm glad I chose this deck. So this is about self-worth, self-value, you being able to like put yourself up there so that people will see you like the eagle. They'll see who you are and they will respect you. And none of this idiot will come near to you, you know, in the future. And this is why I'm talking about love and business. It's for both, you know. It's about the integrity. Integrity runs across so many things. You know, love, life, whatever, you know, it infuses every element of your being, every kind of area of your being. And once you have forgiven your lover, get them to reheat the sin. I think that's very interesting, because it's almost like you're testing yourself. And I think that in that test, that allows you to become even stronger. And then here we go, like, then you'll be able, like, it's the friends that you will call after hours that matter. It's the ones that you know, that will speak to you at 3 o'clock in the morning, that will, you know, speak to you when it's really late, or, you know, when you're in need. And I think that that's why there's this sense of revolution, because it's about you really understanding what's right for you. And if you're watching this around the time when this is released, the Libra new moon is a perfect time to be watching this and to be understanding yourself in this way, understanding your worth, you know. There's still some things that have to be worked on, but I think that's why the Chariot is reversed. Okay, I will go for one of these. Dear Spirit, what does pile one's heart want to say to pile one? Two things, by the looks of things. So we've got pranayama, which is breath, I think. And we've got Atman, which was reversed. I'm not sure what Atman means, but it's interesting with these eyes here. Let's have a look. I'm just going to check out the book and I will get back to you. So very interesting. They both kind of have a similar message. This Atman is about, you know, focusing in on the kind of trivialities of life, and not seeing yourself as part of the wider universe. So there may be this sense of you, because you've been wronged in the past by others, you know, you may get quite bitter about other people and about how, you know, people are really out there to, like, you know, mess around other people. There's this sense of like that people are selfish, that, you know, there's just a quite selfish sense about it, particularly with these eyes as well. Like, it's almost like with these eyes, I feel that, you know, there's a jealous look that's happening. So I don't know if you're being jealous or if people are being jealous towards you. I do feel it's more about your mindset, because with what we've seen here, it's about, I don't know, I get a sense of bitterness here. I get a sense that there's some bitterness from the past that has stopped you from being able to trust your heart and trust other people. You know, so what this is about you going out into nature, maybe sitting out underneath the stars, underneath the sky, maybe going to a place in nature and really valuing like the expanse of what is around you, and experiencing nature's magnificence and how small you are. You know, we're just stardust. And pranayama is a really good way of you being able to use the breath. So it's actually giving you a tool here to use the breath to be able to, if you want to go with rest and tranquility, you breathe slower. And then when you want to encourage more kind of energy within your life, you breathe faster. So using something as simple as the breath is going to be a really good tool for you to be able to manage yourself around other people, and also how you manage yourself within your heart. And also in this decision, in considering your heart space when you're thinking about this decision. Because, you know, you might drop into your heart space and then all of a sudden you get overcome with like some kind of sense of jealousy, pain, maybe. You know, you might think, you know, there might be these thoughts that come into your head that tell you that you can't trust people and whatnot. And then all of a sudden, you know, you're in this space where your heart's racing and you're starting to think loads of thoughts. So when we go back to the sensation of the breath, and also like what our breath is actually doing at that point, then we can actually be like, right, okay, no, I'm just going to notice that my breath has gotten faster when I'm thinking about these things, and I'm just going to concentrate on what is the actual reality right now, which is this Atman card. And here we can then start to bring the breath back and just breathe normally. And once you find that once you start to become aware of the breath, things start to slow down. Things start to get a little bit calmer. It may change, it may not, it may stay the same for a little bit of time, but it's all about watching the breath. That's the observation. But also, if you are breathing faster, then knowing that that's also exacerbating what's going on. So just knowing that, it's not about changing it. It's just about knowing that if you do change it, that there may be a difference. And you have the power to like change this and change your attitude towards this. Wow, it's a powerful message from the heart, part one. Powerful. It's like, do you want me to like knock you on the side of the head with this? It's crazy. Yeah. Particularly with the Marlene Dietrich card, because that's like, wow. Reflection is reverse and balance. So I'm like getting here that there's like, there's a sense of you not realizing that what you're seeing outside is actually a reflection of yourself. And balance. You know, there's a need to, and I think you're getting there. I think you're working towards this sense of balance. Look at how we've got like these circles. You know, the sun, and then this here, and then this here, and then this here. Lots of circles, right? So there's something about the circle, something about coming round, something about cycles for you, something about like, you know, what I've noticed is that when we have like a circle, when we start something, particularly when we start a project, and I'm getting this quite strongly with like new projects and things like that for this group, but like when you go round, you know, you have this like really great momentum where you like go woo, and it goes down because the momentum allows you like to go down into the project, and you're using the momentum to kind of get motivated about the project. But when you hit the bottom, the halfway point, say for example here, so you start here and then you go down there, it's very difficult to get back up that way. Very difficult. So how do we like how do we give ourselves the love that we need to light up the fire, to give us the kind of like push to complete the circle? And you've got the sun here. Like, you've got, the sun is really strong here. The sun is here, the sun is here, the sun is here. So it's saying, like, you know, rise, rise, dear one, rise, dear beloved, as it would say with here. At the end of the reading, I will read the poem that comes with this, and I will read what comes with this Make Friends. And also allowing your friends to help you, allowing people to help you, and understanding who you can trust. It's all about that calibration that's going on here. Okay, I will pull some angelic magic for you, angelic advice. Archangel Ramiel, divine love. Quite fitting as well, and with that gorgeous mint green as well. So there's a lot of heart chakra work. I don't know if you like, also if you do yoga, work on the heart chakra. The camel pose is very good for the heart chakra. Then I'm going to get these Mansions of the Moon cards. Okay, you got 2. Oh God, that's too many. Right, I'll just take that one. Wow, defense and alliance. Well, there you go. See, oh my God, this is perfect. Right, okay, so I got Algol, defense and alliance. Protect yourself from those who do not wish you well, yet offer help to those who most need it. And you've got Saturn and Jupiter and Taurus as well. I mean, that's really great, to be honest with you, because it's kind of saying that, you know, it's about your discernment. It's about you honing in, like, who it is that you can truly trust and who it is that you can't. And, you know, what a great opportunity. And it's just so easy for me to say, because my teacher does it, my shamanic teacher does it to me all the time. Whenever there's something like quite intense and quite heartbreaking or like difficult going on, he's like, what a wonderful opportunity this is for you to like do, you know, for you to like navigate this. And I'm like, oh my God, like I'm dying here. But yeah, so this is what it is. This definitely I see as an opportunity for you to move through this patterning, to move through this kind of bitterness that is occurring with other people. Because you don't need to do that, but it is also a lesson in you understanding who are your friends and who are your foes, you know. Amazing, amazing. Okay, right, we're just going to pull some, I just got all my love cards for you, you know, for this reading, so I hope it's coming across. Dear Spirit, and what does Pile 1's heart say? What does Pile 1's heart say? What does Pile 1's heart say? It's too many. I just need one, please. What does Pile 1's heart say? Thank you. Abundance, chrysanthemum and popinjay. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Can you see that on camera? No. Can you see that? No. Okay. Let me just see if I can just shift this down a little bit. Sorry about that, Pile 1. There we go. That's a bit better for you. So yeah, like I think that's quite, I think it's also believing, like getting out of this like poverty consciousness that we saw here with the 5 of Pentacles, you know. You don't need to do that because you've got everything you need. You've got everything you need. Interesting with this as well. I thought that was interesting. Look at that. The Chariot and the Twins. You know, because the Chariot is like, I'm going for it. I'm just going to like go for it. Whereas the Lovers is a choice. I think I'm going to go now. You know? So getting out of this sense of poverty is going to be something that's really going to help you, because there is abundance all around you. I think it's really important to remember that. To realize that it's all around you. And then I want to, yeah, I think I'll get you some crystal energy. to help. Crystal energy for pile 1. What does pile 1's heart say? What does pile 1's heart want to tell them? What does pile 1's heart say about this situation? And you've got tourmaline, black tourmaline, grounding, protection, detox. And I've got some tourmaline here actually. Almost burnt my hand off, but yeah, there we go. Right. So we've got black tourmaline, grounding, protection, detox. As an energetic bodyguard, black tourmaline acts as a psychic shield, protecting you from destruction, negativity, and psychic attacks. It's excellent at establishing boundaries and deflects unwanted mental energies. It is also used for grounding, stabilizing your foundation on earth, and making sure both feet are on the ground. With a natural electric spark, black tourmaline absorbs fears and transmutes those emotions into positive energy. Use this stone to balance your root chakra and detox any energies. And it's Capricorn and, oh, what's that we see? What planet is that? Or what body is that? Oh, it's the sun. It's the sun. So, yeah. Wow. Pile 1, wow. Leave that there for you, my darlings. It's the sun. Amazing. Wow. Amazing. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. So the last card that I will pull for you today is a question from the Stories Oracle, which will prompt you into, you know, maybe thinking about how you're going to approach this, you know. Dear Spirit, what does pile 1's heart want to say to pile 1? What does pile 1's heart want to say on this situation? What does pile 1's heart want to say about this situation? That's too many. I just need one. These cards are a little bit tricksy to... I just want one. Okay, I'm just going to have to pick one, aren't I? Corona Borealis. If you were in charge of your life, what if you were in charge of your life this whole time? So it's a crown. What if you were in charge of your life this whole time? What if you were in charge of your life this whole time? And I don't know, that just brings me back to my saying, to lead your life, you must live with your heart. No, to live your life, you must lead with your heart. It's an interesting question. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the poem that comes from the Make Friends card on the Rumi Oracle. 1 second. Sorry, it's the Sufi Oracle and not the Rumi Oracle. Friendship is the alchemy of success, a safe haven, a jug of wine, a loving and a loving friend. If they could last forever, this would be a true fortune. I regret and grieve that I didn't know until now the alchemy of success is friendship, my friend. And that's Hafiz, you know. So, yeah, this is about you connecting with the right people who help you to live your life to the fullest. I hope this helped, pile 1. What a joy to do this reading for you. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please do check out Helen's video to correspond with your question in terms, this is what your heart would say. And now if you bounce over to the mind, if you haven't done so already, and for those of you that have come from her reading, I hope this helped. But otherwise, take care, and I shall see you in future readings. Please do subscribe if you did like this reading. But otherwise, it was lovely to have done so. Bye. Hello, pile 2, and welcome to your reading. You chose the Lover's card from the Orion's Animal Tarot, and the thing I'm getting from here is that there's a sense of equal give and take. The seahorses, you know, the male has a very important part in the bringing up of the children, like it carries the eggs, so it's pretty much like the, you know, the surrogate. So there may be a sense of like having to take on a role that's unconventional, having to do something different, having to make a choice where you may have to do something that you haven't done before, which is what I'm getting from here. So let's have a look at what... I will get a Rumi card for you because, or not Rumi, sorry, I keep on saying Rumi, but it's Sufi, because Sufism is about the connection to the divine through love, that is ecstatic love. Just one, please. What would pile two's heart say to them? What would pile two's heart say in this situation, dear Spirit? What would pile two's heart say to them in this situation? Willpower. Improve your willpower to reduce your stress level. Interesting. Willpower. Determination. Okay. Very interesting. And then we will pick one of these. Dear Spirit, what... Okay, so we've got Scorpio, I transform, and then we've got Taurus, I have. Interesting, because they're both the opposites of each other. Wow. So it's almost like there's like two sides that are almost like pulling at each other. They're trying to, you know, one set of values is coming into play, but then another set of values is coming into play. So how do you balance those two out? How do you face how do you get a balance between that? But what's actually more important is the willpower. Scorpio and Taurus are really strong. Like, they're really quite forceful, intense signs. Scorpio is, I go in there and I get what I want, and I get what I want done, and I get it done with like an obsessive quality about it until it gets done. Taurus is like, I'm getting my own way and I'm doing it, and I don't care whatever I have to do to get there. Like, I'm just getting it. It's who I am. I'm getting it. And both have this sense of indulgence about them. So I think this is maybe about you asserting some sense of willpower in this situation, and using and being okay with your heart saying that that's all right too. You know, I think that that's really important. Okay, let's see what the tarot has to say. I will pop that there because this card is so diddy. So I'm gonna, hopefully you can see that. Yeah, you can. Cool. And then this one here, and then we'll put the other tarot here. So please, Spirit, may I have like some tarot to show the situation of pile 2 that they need to ask their heart about. Okay, we've got the 2 of Cups. The 7 of Cups. Reversed. The 5 of Swords. The Wheel of Fortune. The Ace of Pentacles and the 8 of Cups. And we also have another one as well that came out to join the party. We have the Tower. I'm seeing a relationship here. About you asking about your heart. Because we've got the 2 of Cups here. It could be a relationship between a friend, somebody close. And it's something that you have to walk away from because they've kind of shown you the reality of what's going on. And they've really disappointed you. It's actually quite a shock at how they've disappointed you. But it's actually... it was destiny of how they should have, like how they've done this, how they've shown this to you. Sorry if you can hear some noise in the background. I don't know what someone's doing. I think they might be hoovering their car or something. But yeah, like Ace of Pentacles as well. This is a real golden opportunity for you to, I don't know, for you to like become more stable. More stable. You know, this is about financial opportunity. And it's interesting how like we've got like this relationship kind of dynamic, but then it's like, then it comes to this financial opportunity, or even just this more stable opportunity, because it's almost like you realizing what didn't make you stable within this partnership. And that's not to say that the partnership isn't stable. Like, I don't know, I'm going to find that out in a minute. But this relationship has shown you what is not stable, what is not real, what you have to, what you have to rely on. Maybe there's a sense of you giving in a bit too much. Do you know what I mean? Because like with the Lovers there, and what I was saying in the beginning about the sense of like the male taking the babies and carrying the babies, maybe there's a little bit of you people pleasing and you being a little bit kind of too giving of your time and your energy, that you end up like it's an imbalance. And maybe you were expecting your partner to do the same and they're not. So it's about you. And I mean, these are so strong. Like, I transform and I have. This is a real ownership of who you are. And from what I'm seeing here, there's been this kind of like sadness because you've not... Maybe somebody didn't meet you in where that you thought that they were going to meet you. You thought that they were at the same level that you were, and maybe they didn't do that. You know, maybe they just didn't live up to, like, there seems to me like there was some kind of expectations that you had on this. And I'm not saying this in the way that, like, you know, there's expectations that we have on people, but then there's also expectations that we have that are uncalled for, you know, like almost like a kind of a dream. And I mean, I'll be honest with you, we do have the Seven of Cups here, so there may have been some kind of idealization that was going on here. I can see this in a relationship. I can see it's mainly, I'm seeing this to do with emotions. I'm not seeing this really to do with like business. I'm seeing this to do with family, friends, and relationships. Okay, can we get some more information on that Two of Cups? Thank you. Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, there's a reality of the imbalance. It may have been that there was a sense of that this looked good, that this relationship looked good, that it seemed the ideal. So for example, like, you know, if you met someone and it was like, oh yeah, they tick all the boxes, like, oh yeah, and then we can get married or whatever. And you're seeing that, no, actually, that's not, you know, that's not really, doesn't fulfill it. You're seeing the reality of what the relationship is. I'm not saying that that might, you know, yeah, that is it, actually. Because I was thinking, if it isn't about the conventional and you going for a completely unconventional relationship, but then it would be something different. It might be the Hierophant reversed. But then with this Ten of Pentacles, it's saying that you refuse to live up to an illusion that is going to seem like you're just fitting in with everyone. So it may be that, like, you know, in the respect of, like, if we use this like Lovers reversed, this Lovers card as an example, you may be a stay-at-home dad, and you know, you're looking after the kids, like with the seahorse, but there's this impression that you both take care of the kids, but if you find that you're really more of a house husband than actually your partner, and your partner's like doing a lot of stuff where they're going out, and it seems to others that you might have like quite a balanced relationship, but the reality is that you don't, and you're feeling quite defeated by it. This could be, that was just an example, but yeah, that's the kind of vibe I'm getting. And this is a big breakthrough, because it's like, no, this, and it had to happen this way in order for you to realize this, but there's some sense of like walking away from this. I'm not saying like leaving a family or whatever, but it's like that this situation is not good enough for me, and I need to go into something that's really going to enrich me and help me to like leap into my own destiny, really. Okay, Seven of Cups reversed, Seven of Cups reversed. Could you please clarify? Thank you. Seven of Cups reversed. We have the Magician reversed. Yeah, there was some manipulation going on. Some real manipulation happening. Maybe one of the party was manipulating the situation for their own ends. Justice reversed. Wow. It may be, for some of you, there may be a divorce. It may have been that you realised that you were involved with someone that was taking advantage of you. Interesting. Very interesting. Or there may be like legal things that are happening, but it's an absolutely, but if it's not as kind of as extreme as that, it will be that it's exceptionally unfair. That's why there's this sense of defeat that's gone on. Okay, please could you clarify the Tower? Please could you clarify the Tower? Knight of Swords. Yeah, it's happened really fast. Maybe you received like some kind of message that enabled you to like take action really fast. Maybe this relationship happened very fast. I don't know, I'm seeing like quite a committed relationship. I don't know. Yeah, maybe it came really fast. Like a bolt of lightning almost. Wheel of Fortune, reverse. Sorry, Wheel of Fortune. Could I please have some clarification? Eight of Wands. Yeah, it happened super fast. Really fast. And there was a real sense of wanting to commit, you know. Like wanting to commit to this. Ace of Pentacles. Could you please give me some clarification? Page of Swords reversed. It's almost like you have to make your own answers. You have to like make your own decisions. And then you've also got this sword here, which is that particular Arabian, dagger, which is a dagger which you stab and then you break it, because this is usually poisoned. So it's almost like you may have received some news that really hurt you, that was just like, right, I'm just walking away from this. I'm just getting away from this. And the Eight of Cups reversed, and you've got two. I only want one. Eight of Cups reversed, please. Just one, thank you. And you've got the King of Swords. Yeah, this sense of detachment. You have to be really detached from the situation. There's a lot of like really intense ego energy here, I'm feeling. And this kind of battle of wills. I feel like one person was taken advantage of and then the other wasn't. So in the decision of what is your heart saying, your heart is saying that you need to be really clear about this. In fact, you actually need to bring in your mind into this. Your heart is saying, like, be careful, because your heart is quite, you know, your heart is almost hardened by, look at all these swords. I mean, this whole, you know, deck has got swords in it, but like we've got some really prominent swords and birds, you know, and 5 here. So it's about, you know, you making the correct decision, the correct discernment about what's going on, the correct, yeah. Even though the pain in the heart may be really difficult. It's really difficult. Wow, pile 2. That's intense. Okay, so I will pull for you one of these love oracle cards. For pile 2, what is pile 2's heart saying to them? What is pile 2's heart saying to them? Queen Victoria, I would venture to warn against too great intimacy with artists, as it is very seductive and a little dangerous. I would venture to warn against too great intimacy with artists, as it is very seductive and dangerous. We get that with the Magician reversed. We've also got no girl would go to the altar if she knew all. Wow. The important thing is not what they think of me, but what I think of them. Wow. So, words from a queen, pile 2. Words from a queen, surrounded by her children, may I add. And I do get a sense of children around here, because we got, you know, with the story with the lovers reversed, Sorry, with the Lovers in this deck. And I keep on saying the Lovers reversed, which says to me that there's an imbalance. I think that there's an imbalance with this group. But yeah, the important thing is not what they think of me. So allowing other people to have that opinion of you, it doesn't matter. Particularly the other person that you're thinking of, that's in question here. And then you've also got, I would venture to warn against too great intimacy with artists, as it is very seductive and a little dangerous. You know, it's the reliability, you know, of people. It seems like you really found out something about this person. And, you know, you've realized that they're not everything that they were presenting themselves to be here. So it's you know, just be careful, because people who might lull you in with some kind of sense of security or some kind of, you know, dream or something like that, really, what are they offering to you? What are they... Yeah, I'd be quite cautious about that. Let's see what the animal spirit guides have to say for you. Pile 2. What does Pile 2's heart say? What does Pile 2's heart say? By the way, if and I should have said this at the beginning, but if it doesn't resonate, maybe try one of the other readings. You got the stingray reversed. You also got the octopus as well. Okay. Interesting, both sea creatures. I'm just going to have a quick look in the book at what they are. So what I'm getting here is this lack of boundaries, which is kind of what I got here anyway. And then there's a sense of like growing a spine here with this stingray reversed. And you know, it's kind of like upside down chakra system, which I always see as like us thinking too much with our heads. You know, putting our heads at the forefront when they should be, or putting particular survival instincts at the forefront rather than really thinking about what our true needs are. But yeah, there's a lack of boundaries here, a real lack of boundaries. And it's interesting because she's got so many kids here, but this thing, no girl would go to the altar if she knew all. It's interesting, that. So it's almost like, you know, for you to make a decision, you might not have been able to have gotten into this relationship if you really knew what it was like. And I mean, this could be a business partnership, it could be a career choice, but I'm really not seeing that. I'm seeing this as an emotional decision. So yeah, particularly like a relationship. But anyway, I will have a look at these yogic cards. What does Pile 2's heart want to say to Pile 2? What does Pile 2's heart want to say? Just one, please, dear Spirit. Just one card. What does Pile 2's spirit want to, heart want to say? Dear Spirit, what does Pile 2's heart want to say? A lot by the looks of things, Pile 2. What does Pile 2's heart want to say? Tejas. Okay. I'm not sure what that means. This deck, I don't know it, so I'm really sorry. I'm going to have to look up what that means. Bear with me. So this is about you, when you are able to really stand in your power, you inspire like a lot of people. You really do. And I think it's about you standing up for yourself, and how how you show up for yourself is such a formidable like a real example to others. And you really have to believe that in yourself, because if you don't, who's going to? And we've got, look at the pink, right? We've got sweetness. Do you know what just came into my head? Sweetness is my weakness. You know that song? I don't know if you know that song. But yeah, my sweetness is my weakness. Interesting. But like, in terms of like that sweetness with yourself and comfort reversed, it seems to me like, I don't know, I just get the feeling that you seem to be a bit of a people pleaser. I may be completely wrong, and I'm sorry if that's the case, but it just feels like there's some people pleasing that's going on here, that you know, and some self-sacrificing kind of behavior that is really not about you. And you need to, like, you know, you need to make sure that you're giving yourself some of that sweetness, you know, some of that love. Okay, let's have a look at what your angelic magic is, angelic guidance is for pile 2. What does pile 2's heart want to say to them? Archangel Zaphiel, gateway of enlightened consciousness. So this comes with the Tejas here, you know, like, can you see that? Yeah, that comes with the Tejas. Like, there's something about you, you know, allowing yourself to be who you truly are, that is going to help you and your heart. So when you connect with your heart chakra, you're able to communicate yourself more effectively. And this is also about boundaries. I saw something because I was studying, I was studying something anyway, and it said about, like, the people who are the most happiest are the ones that have got the strongest boundaries, because they know who they are, they know what they're doing, and they don't let anyone come around that. And then that's it. They don't enforce it with any kind of, like, you know, anger or anything like that. It's just who they are. That's their boundaries, and that's it, you know. So I think that that's something to really, and it will help you to establish this kind of sense of self that will, you know, not allow you to merge in with anybody else. For pile 2, what does pile 2's heart want to say to them? I consume only my fair share. I don't know, I'm seeing this as, like, you know, this over like allowing other people to consume, like, a lot. I mean, you might do that as well. Like, you may also overconsume as medication, as a self-medicating thing to get over this stuff that's happening. I wouldn't be surprised if you're lacking in boundaries. You know, addiction can definitely be something that happens, you know, or there can be a sense of where you're allowing others to consume far more than they deserve, to an extent of where you're not comfortable. And it's almost like there's a bit, oh, I'm a bit too sweet, you know, that person's really sweet, so I can take advantage of them, I'm getting here. And that's not on. We don't want that to happen to you, pile 2. That needs to change. That's what your heart is saying. Your heart is saying value yourself and your boundaries. 1 card for pile 2, please. Thank you. Innocence, Daisy and the Peacock. It was reversed. So I think I would say, like, don't be too don't be too innocent in this situation. I think I feel like you've been played, pile 2. I think like you've been, something has happened where you've allowed yourself to be played a little bit, and that's what's happened, and you've been taken advantage out of, you know. I really do. And I don't want this to, like, lock off your heart, which I don't think it will. It's not the King of Swords reversed, it's upright. But, you know, I think this is what's happened. And what your heart is saying to you is that, like, you have all of this passion inside of you. People think that you're innocent, and I don't think you are. I'm far from it. I think you're actually very, very mature, and, you know, you've got it all together. But people might take you for something else. They might think that you're sweet and innocent, you know, but you're not. And I think that needs to change, you know. And that's the whole thing about the heart. Everybody thinks it's all like fluffy bunnies and rabbits, do you know what I mean? Or like something like really sweet. And it is love, it is compassion, but there's also such a thing as tough love and being quite hard with love, you know. Love is painful as well. So it's about finding that balance, you know, and loving yourself, because when you establish these boundaries, that kind of like makes it really you know what you are. Wow. Pile 2. Oh, wow. Okay, let's see what the mansions of the moon want to say to you. For pile 2, what do the mansions want to say? What does the heart want to say to pile 2? Only one, please. What does... Thank you. And we have Cancer here. Interesting. So we have Cancer, and it's Anathra. Victory and conquest. Contain your temper if fulfillment is what you seek. Integrating yourself will be your best asset. And that's Mars and the moon. So you've got this, like, you know, this real sense of being proud of who you are. Regardless of, you know, it's not about blending in. It's about you really taking ownership of that. You know, ownership, victory and conquest. It's about you really, like, embodying that. You know, integrating yourself will be your best asset. If contain your temper, if fulfillment is what you seek, integrating yourself will be your best asset. I think that's an excellent advice for you, pile 2. Okay, let's close out your reading with a question from the Stories Oracle. And this will be a prompt for you to think about your decision. I just want one. Can I just have one card for pile 2, please, about what their heart wants to say? Just one card. Okay, I'll take the top one. No. Just one card, please, for pile 2. So we've got Sagittarius. Wow. Okay, Sagittarius. What will you create that expands you? Wow. What will you create that expands you? And how interesting, because Sagittarius is about, like, you know, the exploration of you. Like, what is it that it's going to do? Like, it's the person that goes out on those journeys and, like, goes and explores the world. That's a very Sagittarian energy. With that drive, that passion, that fire. But they know who they are. They don't business. They don't, like, mess around. They don't, like, placate, really. And I get this kind of, like, vibe from this pile. So stand your ground, because you've got some really strong energy here. You've got Scorpio, Taurus, you know, and then you've also got Sagittarius. Really strong energy. I will also just read to you the poem from here, from the Willpower. It's from the Sufi Oracle. And it says, improve your willpower to reduce your stress level. I'll just hold it up so that you can see it. Okay. And it says, show me your face, so I would be free from the desire to see the roses. Stand tall, so I would see nothing but you, the lofty cypress of my garden. No matter how much you hurt me, Hafiz would never turn away from you, for I have found my freedom in the moment I have become a captive of your love. Wow, this is like, and it says this is a life-changing moment. You have the Tower here, underneath this Page of Swords. So this is a life-changing time for you to embrace yourself, pile 2. That's the message that your heart wants to tell you. Embrace yourself and go forward with it. Your heart supports you in this divine guidance. Wow, pile 2, what an amazing message. I love that. If you did like it, please do like and subscribe for more videos. But more importantly, if you haven't seen what your mind wants to say about the situation, please hop over to Helen's reading. The link is down in the description box below. But yes, do check out that reading to get balanced for you. I hope it did make some sense for you. Do comment and let me know what you think. But otherwise, you take care, my darlings. And hopefully I will see you very soon. Please do subscribe if you'd like to, because I do daily videos anyway. But I'm also going to be doing more picker cards. But otherwise, I hope you found this useful. Take care, my darlings, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye. Pile 2, I'm so sorry. I forgot to do one more deck of cards, which was this Crystal Oracle. So let me just pull one of these. I started to put the cards away and then I realised, oh God, I haven't done that. And you have got, no, which, wow, Cacoxenite. Cacoxenite. So this one here, we have, there we go. So this is interconnection, ascension, attunement. Cacoxenite is known to raise a spiritual awareness and provide divine connection between the universe and humankind. With cacoxenite, synchronicities are not just coincidences, they are messages, so pay attention. Become aware of the universe's messages as it is constantly communicating with you. Cacoxenite asks you to look at the challenges as lessons and wonder, what can I learn from this? Perspective is about everything, and with cacoxenite, embracing positivity and choosing your thoughts become easier and easier. And it's Sagittarius in the moon. Can you believe that? Sagittarius. So yeah, if you can find some of this, I think it is like, I don't know, just the energy of it. I'm not sure how easy it is to find as a stone, but the energy is beautiful and yellow, you know, something to do with the solar plexus chakra and the empowerment and the self-empowerment. So yeah, this is your gemstone. I'm sorry about that. I did forget, but I hope that's okay. You take care, and I'll see you very soon in your next reading. Bye. Hello, pile 3, and welcome to your reading. You chose the Tarot of Litha, and this, lovers, there's a real sense of devotion here, almost like a sense of romanticism that's going on here with this, lovers. Very fiery, passionate energy, particularly with the snake and then this kind of position that they're both in. It's very sexual. So there may be a lot of creative energy that's in this endeavor. You know, there's a lot that's happening. Is this the right thing? Maybe things are like going quite fast. Maybe, you know, it seems to all be going very well. Things look pretty like intense. So is this intensity right? Is it a good thing? That's kind of what I'm getting for you, pile 3. Pile 3. What does pile 3's heart want to say to them, dear spirit? What does pile 3's heart want to say to them? What does pile 3's heart want to say to them? Can I have one card, please? Move forward. Experience the grace of who you truly are. Wow, yeah. It's almost like a blossoming, I feel. You know, this kind of opening I'm feeling. Interesting. Okay. Let's get some astrology for you, pile 3. What is pile 3's heart saying to them? What is pile 3's heart saying to them, dear spirit? Second house owning. Yeah, this could be a business venture. About things, possessions. It was reversed. Okay. Interesting. Right. So let's have a little look with the tarot of what's going on with the situation. But what I'm getting here... Yeah, let me get a little bit of a thing with the tarot. Dear Spirit, what does pile 3's heart want to say to them? What does pile 3's heart want to say to them, dear Spirit? What does pile 3's heart want to say to them, dear Spirit? We have the Magician reversed. We have the 3 of Cups reversed. We have the 6 of Swords reversed. We have Death reversed. Wow, and we also have the 9 of Pentacles reversed. Okay. And then we also have the 10 of Wands reversed. 10 of Wands or 10 of Swords? I think that's the 10 of Wands. It feels like there's a toxic situation that you keep on going back to, and it may be because like it may be something to do with family and security. It might be to do with the fact that you feel that in this space you feel more secure than you do anywhere else, and it's almost got you like a real hold. It's got a real kind of grip on you. And I feel that particularly with that Magician reversed, like there's some energy. By the way, just to let you know that if this doesn't resonate, like, you know, maybe this isn't your reading, maybe you might need to go to one of the other piles, so check them out if that's the case. But yeah, like this, with this Magician reversed, it's kind of like giving me the sense that there's this, it's almost like an alluring energy that's bringing you back to this space where you can't walk away. And then with this Death reversed, it's almost like you know that it's not very good for you. And it could be also a social situation as well. Oh God, I didn't realize that was the King of Pentacles. I thought that was something else. It's the King of Pentacles. I thought it was the 9 for some reason, but it's the King of Pentacles reversed. Oh God, yeah. There's this sense of like somebody is manipulating somebody with the security. Absolutely. And I feel like the only way, what your heart is trying to say, that the only way that you can like kind of move, like kind of blossom in this situation is by moving away. But it's really got you. It's really got you. Wow. It's quite intoxicating. It might be a group of friends that have a certain way of doing things, and they may like go out and, you know, they might do things a certain way, get drunk or something like that, or drink a lot, and you don't really drink that much, but they may be like benefactoring you in some way. I don't know if that's the 10 of Swords or the 10 of Wands. Let me just double check. Yes, it's the 10 of Wands. So I think the reason why you're deciding to make this decision, why you've come to this reading, is probably because you know that enough is enough. You're like done with this. And you know that there's some part of you that can't, that is not dead yet. You're not able to walk away from it. You're not able to like come away from it. Because, you know, the resistance is real here. You've got like death here reversed, which means that it just won't die. And then you've also got the six of Swords. There's just a real inability to walk away. But you know that enough is enough. Like, it really feels that this Magician, this energy, and the King of Pentacles is really taking you, it's consuming you. So we've got 8 of Pentacles reversed. Now, yeah, there's a real kind of disempowerment here. Like, this could be a work situation as well, you know. I'm seeing that this could, yeah, it could be work, family, relationship. It's applicable to all of them. Friends. But it's almost like a situation that is not allowing you to be who you want to be. Like, it's really manipulative. And I'm not seeing that as, I'm seeing the Magician reversed as a collective. I'm not seeing it as an individual person, but this King of Pentacles reversed may be the conduit. Maybe the one person that's expressing that vein of that manipulation. But it feels like a whole kind of company policy, which could be like a whole, you know, how something exists within a company, and how you know, it kind of disempowers you to have any kind of individuality. That could also happen within a family, could also happen within a relationship. So, you know, And it's something that affects your security, like, massively, because of the King of Pentacles and because of the second house. And it's interesting how on this one is we've got like this Illuminati kind of thing. Secrets, secret societies, secret things. This may be like, yeah, it's really interesting how secrets have allowed you to disempower yourself. You've got Justice reversed with the Three of Cups. This says to me that there are people who are like, you know, it's almost like the whole thing is against you. The whole world is against you. When you involve yourself in this situation, you've got no sense of any fairness. There's no justice within the situation. Shit, it's horrible. And I'm laughing because it's, you know, it's really effing awful. Really bad. Okay, and then you've got the Six of Cups reversed. Wow, Six of Cups reversed is clarifying the Six of Swords reversed. I don't know if you're thinking that it's going to get better. You're kind of hoping that things will get better, but it doesn't feel like, you know, you haven't got any kind of evidence to show you that it is going to get better. You've got the Knight of Pentacles, which is, yeah, there's some kind of like stubborn energy that's here. Like it's almost like you don't want to move anywhere because it's really, maybe it's a really stable job. Maybe you're getting like the money that you need, you know, you kind of, and I'll share something with you. You know, I know about staying in a job that pays the bills, particularly with what is going on in the world right now. It pays the bills, and it's what, you know, what is really secure right now, but it's causing you so much pain, lack of individuality. You're getting mistreated at work, and then also this you know, unfairness of these bad events that keep on happening that you're hoping that will get better. And it's all kind of headlined by someone who's just, you know, manipulating others by money as well. It seems like there's a manipulation of the security that's going on here. It's a false situation, you know. It doesn't seem like a real situation, but it presents itself as a particular situation, but it's not actually. It's something else, and you find out the reality of it. Page of Wands. It's almost like all the inspiration is dried up from you. Like, you know, you're not allowed to do anything that is to do with any sense of individuality within this space. I wouldn't be surprised if there was some narcissistic kind of personalities with the people who are watching. Not with the people who are watching exactly, but you're dealing with some narcissistic personalities because they're just so, you know, in their own kind of space. One more card, please, for pile 2. For pile 3. One more card for pile 3. What does pile 3's heart want to say to them? Clarifying the Ten of Swords. 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands. What does pile Wheel of Fortune reversed? Okay, so I'm just looking here. I'm doing this reading when we're just about to hit Mabon. Okay? And Yule is at the top here. So I don't know if Yule is going to hold like a big significance for you in this part of the wheel. Because Litha is what this and it's also, look at the grey fox as well, as opposed to the orange fox. So what that says to me is that I think that maybe you might leave round about, you know, Yule, or something will happen that will encourage you to make a decision about what's going to happen here in the next 3 months. Or something will happen around Yule, around Yule, basically. Yule is not a very long time. It's people actually, no, is it? No, Yule is. I can't remember actually. I'll find out and I'll let you know. But yeah, Yule is a weird. I thought it was quite small, but yeah. Okay, let me have a look at your love oracle cards because I chose all the love cards that I had. So we've got Oscar Wilde, I can resist everything except temptation. Hearts are made to be broken and true friends stab you in the front. I think there's a sense of like you allowing yourself to like kind of succumb to that kind of behavior which has kept you in this situation. And I can resist everything except temptation. I mean, that's, you know, what greater temptation is there than the material kind of possessions that, you know, when, say, for example, if a boss is just upping your money, but your stress levels are going through the roof, it's just ridiculous. So, you know, it's really tough. Okay, let's see. And hearts are made to be broken. So it's almost like there's a sense of you allowing the pain because you feel like there's a sense, oh, well, this is what happens at work. This is what, you know, you do if you have to like go through, you know, if you have to work in these sort of companies, or you have to do this, or you have to be in this family and have this sort of relationship with others. Yeah, and true friends stab you in the front. I do believe that true friends do stab you in the front, but I also would say that, you know, people don't, you know, they say it with love and kindness. They don't do it because they want to kill you. Do you know what I mean? And it feels like there's looks to maim here, to hurt. Now you've got the Lamb here. And the Lamb is this beautiful kind of real innocence that I get from this card. And I can't help but think that this is what your co-workers see you as. They see you as this lamb. They see you almost like, oh, this is really intense, but like lamb to the slaughter. So you are the one who they will sacrifice. Because it's not really, I don't know. I feel like some of you, this is quite specific, but I feel like some of you may be being bullied at work. So yeah, I'm just thinking, it's about you establishing that you're not going to be bullied. You're not going to be, you know, you're not going to be this lamb. Because the thing also about the lamb is that it's got like a sense of spiritual enlightenment that others don't have. And it's about like your special gifts that you're not allowed to express here. And your heart is telling you this. Your heart is telling you all of this. But I mean, there's so much about temptation in this card. It's almost like this is where you're like concentrating. It's interesting we didn't get the Devil. Really interesting. But we did get the King of Pentacles, and I kind of find that synonymous. Like the King of Pentacles to me is a bit the devil. Is the like lesser form of the devil. So, sorry, excuse me. Okay, let's have a look at some other energies. For pile 3, what is pile 3's heart wanting to say to them? What is pile 3's heart wanting to say to them? Faith. Do you have faith in yourself, pile 3? Faith by George Michael just appeared in my head. So I think that's something that needs to be looked at, addressed. Faith. I gotta have faith. I've gotta have faith. Because it's that kind of sense like if you don't have faith, who is going to have faith? Who is going to have faith in what you're doing? Because it doesn't seem to me like there's a lot of faith that's going on here. There's not faith in your abilities. They're not feeling that. Not feeling that. Okay, let's have a little look at your at the Yogic Path Oracle. Dear Spirit, one card for pile 3. One card for pile 3, thank you. One card for pile 3, please. And dear Spirit, what is their heart trying to tell them? Brahma. Now, it was reversed because I turned it round the other way, so I'm going to read it for both. I also want to just double check that lamb as well. That's bugging me a little bit because I think there may be another message that I need to deliver to you as well. So pile 3, this is a stark warning to you, you know, like to say that you know, you're not creating. And if you're not creating, what are you doing? If you're not creating, you're dying. And also, I'm really glad I checked out the lamb, because the lamb actually is a really important message. And if you're busying yourself with other things and not allowing yourself to really listen to your intuition and your guidance, you know, you're going to miss this message. And it seems to me like there's an important message for you here to move forward. Because like there's, you know, experience the grace of who you truly are. And that's not happening right now where you are. So, yeah, that's really interesting. Okay, one card for Paul. Oh, again, Angel Zafkiel. Yeah, this is Gateway of Enlightened Consciousness. This is like a real movement towards you understanding who you are. Like, you really have to get in touch with yourself. If you guys don't do meditation, I would highly suggest it. Do some meditation. Do some meditation. That will help you to quieten your mind, get in touch with this lamb energy. You know, because it's that timidness as well. Because, you know, when you're scared, you go all timid and you don't say anything because you're too scared. And I get that from this pile. I get this fear from this pile. And it's almost like this indulgence helps you to not connect with that. Like not connect with that intuition. Really interesting. Okay, we have a few more cards to pull. I remain in balance with my emotions. I remain in balance with my emotions. That's really interesting, because I think you are, I don't know. Yeah, I feel like maybe you're suppressing your emotions. So you need to you need to make sure that this is being balanced. The whole thing about this, right? This oracle is that the heart needs to be light in order to pass through to the underworld. And if the heart doesn't have that sense of lightness, you don't gain entry. You don't become fulfilled. You don't yeah, you don't have that sense of freedom to go on and enjoy life. And that needs to happen, because there's a sense of entrapment here that's going on. You may be like going to the underworld and thinking that, you know, you're in heaven, but it doesn't seem like it. Okay, let's have a look at what these have to say for some guidance. One card for pile 3, please. One card for pile 3. Pile 3, what does pile 3's heart want to say to them? Passion. Passion and innocence again. Passion. There's a real lack of passion. I think there's a kind of like disallowing of passion. And it's kind of like, you know, I think you need to do some work to get in touch with your innocence and with your passion again. Because there's a suppression that's going on here. I get the sense of some kind of like pressure that's going on here. You're not allowed to express it, particularly with this Magician and this 8 of Pentacles reversed. You're not allowed to show your true self and to show who you are. Let's get some crystal energy for you. Pile 3, pile 3. Pile 3, what does pile 3's heart want to say to them? What does pile 3's heart want to say to them? Quite a lot by the looks of things, but I will just take this. No, I won't. Pile 3's heart. What does pile 3's heart want to say to them? My shuffling skills, what's going on? Come on. Do you know what it is, right? There we go. I've got a blanket because it's quite cold. Cobalto calcite. Oh, I love this stone. This stone is amazing. It's this beautiful sense of pink. Lots of passion in this one. And look, we've got pink here as well. Love it. Okay, so I'll show you what it looks like. Oh, yeah, it's that pretty pink one. Love it. Okay, right, and we've got love, emotional healing, and compassion. I'll just get that. There we go. Love is all you need, especially with Cobalto Calcite, a stone of unconditional love and forgiveness. This crystal promotes emotional healing above all else. It fosters compassion for yourself, exuding the confidence that your self-worth can only be cultivated from within. Self-love rituals are encouraged with this stone, especially those that nourish and honor your body as a temple. Cobalto Calcite amplifies the vibration of love, nurturing your inner child and giving you endless energetic hugs. Sorry if you couldn't see that. There we go, that's better. Sorry about that. Energetic hugs. You are always supported. And that's Cancer and Venus. It was in focus before, but I don't know what happened there. So you can just pause the video and read that if you wish. But that's Cobalto Calcite. I don't have any. But it is such a beautiful colour. I love that pink. That passionate, fiery energy. And it's love as well. And it's almost like saying to me, this is where the love needs to be directed. That's where it needs to go. What else do we have here? Right. I will be closing out with one of these, and then I'll ask you a question as well. Okay, so we've got Albertane. So we've got reconciliation and sincerity. In order to be approached by others, you must first encounter your anger. You know, anger has a really weird way of being able to show itself. It doesn't necessarily show itself in, like, you know, loud bursts. It shows itself sometimes in how we show anger towards ourselves. So I think it's important to recognize that, you know, if we, you know, the passive aggressivity and us not expressing our anger or expressing who we are truly, it can manifest internally and become like, you know, illness and things like that. So this is about reconciliation with yourself in order to, like, move forward. That's what your heart is telling you, pile 3. Okay, last card that I will pull for you is the Stories Oracle, and it's one card, please, for pile 3, please. One card, please, for pile 3. And this will be a question, so this will be a prompt for you to work with. Cetus. What would you see? What if you could see the world through the eyes of your enemy? Wow. Oh my God. What if you could see the world through the eyes of your enemy? Wow. So that's really interesting given everything that we've got here. So how do they see you, pile 3? Maybe that's a really interesting question to ponder on. But yes, I hope that helped, pile 3. I'm going to just read you also the poem from the Move Forward Oracle, from the Sufi Oracle here. Okay. Experience the grace of who you truly are. Move forward. The breeze at dawn has secrets to tell you. Don't go back to sleep. You must ask for what you really want. Don't go back to sleep. People are going back and forth across the door sill where the two worlds touch. The door is open, round and open. Don't go back to sleep. So, and that's by Rumi. So that's saying about, you know, this is the time for you to become aware of the inner glow. This is about your place in the world, and you can't ignore it anymore. So that's what your heart is telling you, pile 3. I hope you enjoyed that reading. That was an incredible reading. If you did like it, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe for more videos. And also please do go and check Helen's video. The link to her reading is in the description box below. And find out what your mind has got to say about this. And if you already have watched that video, I really hope that this has given you some kind of clarity about your situation and how to move forward. So yeah, anyway, my darlings, you take care, have a beautiful day, and I'll see you in future readings. Bye. Hello, Pile 4, and welcome to your reading. You chose the Broken Mirror Tarot with this Lovers card here. And it's almost like you're trying to get your mind and your heart to meet each other in a place where you feel that they agree with each other. You're trying to get them to meet in this space. That's kind of what I get from this Lovers here. Okay, let's pick one of these Sufi cards. I've been saying Rumi, but it's like one of the Sufi mystic cards, which has got like different mystics. And love is the most ecstatic kind of. They refer to love quite a lot, so which is why I picked it. Pile 4, Pile 4, Pile 4. Heart of the matter. Align life's pathways through to the heart. Align life's pathways through to the heart. Yeah, this is about like really kind of getting down to the nitty-gritty of it, really, so that you can get these two to meet. I'll be reading the poem of this at the very end of the reading. Okay, and then let's have a look at some astrology for you, Pile 4. What does Pile 4's heart want to say to Pile 4, dear Spirit? What does Pile 4's heart want to say to Pile 4? What does Pile 4's heart want to say to Pile 4, dear Spirit? What does Pile 4's heart want to say to them, dear Spirit? Thank you. 5th house, creativity. Interesting. The house of Leo. Interesting how we've got these colours as well. So there's definitely like Svadhisthana, Svadhisthana in Manipura chakra, the bottom 3 chakras. Creativity is really important here. And there seems to be like some kind of stuntedness here in that creativity. Not being allowed to shine a light, to shine the path. You can see that from this light like thing here, like the star that's there, and then you've got this flash of light that goes there. Okay, let's see what the tarot has to say about your situation, Pile 4. Now, just to make you aware that if it doesn't resonate, then maybe check out one of the other piles. But otherwise, yeah, please do check out. Oh, this may not be the reading for you, but yeah, please do check it out. This will be your situation, dear Spirit. What does Pile 4's heart want to say to them? What does Pile 4's heart want to say to Pile 4? What does Pile 4's heart want to say to Pile 4? Okay, so we've got the 5 of Cups. We've got the King of Swords. I think, no, that's the King of Wands. Sorry, this deck is really dark. I chose it because it's green, and green is the colour of the heart, but the actual like colouring of it is very dark. Ace of Pentacles reversed. Dear Spirit, what does Pile 1's heart want to say to them? Justice. Thank you. And we have the, oh God, I can't read that at all. 5 of Swords. So that's the 5 of Swords, and that's the 7 of Coins reversed. Okay. You can see that better than I can, really. I may need to switch on the light. Bear with me, Pile 4. That's a little bit better. Okay, right, so what I'm seeing is like some disappointment about an opportunity that didn't come to pass. It was the right thing to do. It was the right thing that happened. You know, do you know what I'm getting? I'm getting like when people go for an audition when I was an actor, and they said that they didn't get the audition and they were quite upset about it. Like it'd be for a particularly big role or something. And they were very disappointed. And it's interesting how we have the 5 of Swords here because it's defeat. But, you know, there's this sense of like real disappointment because you've got 2 5s here. But it's almost like it gives you, it's almost that sense of, and I think I've said this in my readings, and for those of you who've come from Helen, I've said a lot in my readings that, you know, sometimes not getting what you want is sometimes a wonderful stroke of luck. And I'm really getting that from this. So your heart is telling you that, you know, just because something didn't work out in your favor, actually, there's a really big benefit from here. There's a really big plus from here. Particularly with this 7 of Pentacles reversed, it gives you a chance to like really clear the decks and really see what it is and that you want to kind of make true and make manifest. And what I'm seeing also here is this King of Wands. Like there's this really beautiful energy of maturity that's coming forward that's going to allow you to kind of push through and push forward. Let's see what the clarifying cards are. Could you please clarify for me so we have strength, we have the 3 of Cups. Yeah, it's almost like your friends give you the support that you need. You know, being with other people, being social with other people, that kind of like gives you the kind of help to kind of go on. Maybe in, you know, socializing with other people that are going through the same thing. I'm going to stick with this analogy of the actor, but it's interesting. Like you need, you know, only, and I've coached actors, like only 5 to 10% of actors are really doing the jobs that are like kind of the dream jobs that people are always thinking about. There's a whole load of other jobs that actors can do, but, you know, all of them have kind of focused on that stardom, red carpet, movies, you know, that kind of thing. And it's a small number of people that do that. And that those people who do that, and I know a few that are doing that, they have the strength like you wouldn't believe. It's a sense of tenacity and values that are so rare that that's why only 5 to 10% of people get up to that point. And it's probably smaller now. But yeah, there's a real sense of strength that needs to happen. Like you can't just think that, you know, because, well, it doesn't matter, because what I'm saying here is that actually you have the strength. You have the strength to follow through with this. But you need to be true to yourself in the respect of being creative. And with this 3 of Cups here, it kind of tells me that this is where your strength is. Your strength is in collaboration. And there's hardly any opportunities for money as well. I don't see like money being a strong point, but it's okay. And then here, what's that? The 9 of Cups. It's almost like a wish that, you know, you wanted something, but then something else is going to come that's so much better. So much better. Tower reversed. I just heard a magpie call just then. There's still maybe some old beliefs that are still hanging around. But I also see this, and I got this from some of the other tarot readers. I actually got it from Helen, actually. That when the tower is reversed, it's almost like a rebuilding, a restructuring of what you've got left. Because you've been through this war, because you've been through this, because the tower has done that, you know. So it's a rebuilding of the tower. Yeah, and I think that would work in this respect, because, you know, justice is upright, and it's kind of like this is the law, this is the way it's supposed to work out. You didn't get that job for this reason. And this is the reason, because you're rebuilding and there's something else that you've wished for that actually is around the corner. 5 of Swords, please. We've got the 6 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, I think it's this idea of being successful. And what are your ideas of being successful? I think if you really are hanging on to that, that's something that's going to kind of come back to the other meaning of this, which is that there's still some old belief structures that are stopping you from moving forward in that respect. And it's what your heart is clinging to, you know, it's your heart. It's holding on to the idea of like what you believe that the acting is, or whatever the profession is. I feel like this is like career, to be honest with you. I'm getting the idea from. On a relationship level, this could be just a relationship that didn't work out. And or it may be working out, but everything else is like not working out. No, I kind of get the fact that your friends are going to help you. I don't see something with a relationship. I see more about your career and about the love for your career. And about whether or not you're going to be able to have the tenacity to... This is why I've used that analogy of being an actor, because it's so hard to be an actor. Or some kind of artist. Now we've got the Wheel of Fortune here. It's reversed. Interesting. Really interesting. Yeah, it's almost like these missed opportunities. I feel like this is a delay on things that are going to happen. We did also get this card as well. This card is the 9 of Swords. I mean, like, I'm not surprised. This kind of like really plays on your mind. It's almost like you can't stop thinking about it. You can't stop thinking about it. You can't stop like trying to work out like why you didn't. And I think what your heart is trying to tell you, pile 3, is that this is not your fault. Like, this is just the way it's happened, and it's just one of those things. And what you need to do is build up the tenacity and strength to make sure that you have this thing, what they call a Teflon mind or a Teflon skin, which kind of like enables you to not have any kind of affectation from, you know, not getting auditions, not getting jobs, things like that. You know, your rejection level is really high, and that's why, you know, there are these 5, because those people that that are in that top tier of like really successful actors, they have faced levels of rejection that not many people are going to be able to tolerate. And we don't hear about that. We don't hear about that. So I think that that's really important. I hear a lot of people complaining about it, particularly in like when I was in the acting profession, but you don't hear that the people who are really doing well, they just get on with it. They just really get on with it, and they're like next audition, next audition, next audition. And that's really important. And it's about having that resilience and that tenacity. Obviously, this isn't just applicable to just acting, but this is about resilience and strength, and about you being able to find comfort in what's around you. And as I said, collaboration is going to be something that's really going to help you, but you have to be open to that. Wow, rising like the phoenix, eh? And the hummingbird. Oh my God, such beautiful energy. Beautiful, sweet energy. You know, getting the nectar from everywhere, having this light kind of energy, but then rising again like the phoenix. Pile 4. Love that. That's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Okay, I'm just going to get some love oracles energy for you. Hugh Hefner. Make every night a one-night stand. Long-term relationships are great. Have as many as you can. Surround yourself with young partners to stay fit. Now, I think the story about Hugh Hefner was that I think either his wife left him or something happened where he got scorned. Like there was something that happened. And then he just became, you know, the playboy guru, didn't he? So what I'm getting here mainly is about having passion and drive for what you do, but it takes a lot of strength to be in this, you know. surround yourself with young partners to stay fit. Like the youthful energy of and the exuberance of having other people around you and helping you to like spur you on is really good. Is really, really good, I think. So I think that's kind of the main thing I'm getting from here. Particularly with this Hugh Hefner card. It's a sense of detachment that you have to like embody in this. That's really going to help you. And that's what your heart is telling you. Your heart's telling you to be a player. I like that. Okay. Stop. Wow. Doesn't get more clearer than that, but it's in the reverse. So what does that say to me? Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't. No, don't stop. Your heart's saying no, don't stop. This is what you're supposed to be doing. This is like what the love of your life. This is it. This is what you're supposed to be doing. Don't stop. Don't. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, let's see what the yogic path wants to say. Dear Spirit, what does pile 4's heart want to say to them? What does pile 4's heart want to say to pile 4 about this situation? What does pile 4's heart want to say to them about this situation? So you've got Pravati and you've got Ajas. I don't know what they mean exactly. So let me have a little check. Here. Let me just pop that there. Yeah, that's better. Okay, cool. Let me just double check. So, pile 4, Parvati is a goddess who was the divine counterpart of Shiva, but Shiva wouldn't recognize her because he was up in the mountains meditating. So what he did was basically make sure that she made sure that she stood in a river and she just meditated for years, I think it was. And then he was so kind of blown over by her dedication that's when he decided to marry her and be with her. So this is about determination, willpower. No matter what, you know, you have the power to take things forward. And I don't know, when you enter this state of where you're able to like mix this beautiful, loving energy of creativity and really appreciating everything about what it is that you want to, you know, this beautiful sense of creativity that you have, it exudes in you, and people notice that about you. They're attracted to you, and it's so interesting with this Hugh Hefner kind of vibe here. You know, they see that, and they can see that you're caring for yourself in a way that's really inspiring to them. But it just feels like there's this sense of like you really wanting to give up and not continue your creative endeavors. You don't think that it's important, and I think it's very, very important that you do so and you continue this. Let me just have a quick look with the Feather Heart Oracle. I live in truth. I live in truth. And it was reversed. So it says to me that there's a need to live in truth, pile 4. There's a need to live in your truth. Because there's also like, yeah, there's a real denial of you feeling that this is right, that this is okay, that you can do this. And your heart is saying to you, you can do this. It's a very clear sign. Don't stop. If you're thinking about quitting something, it's saying no, which is on a creative level. It's saying no. Okay, let's see what angelic influence. Okay, so you've got Archangel Orphael, the wild within. That's coming back to the creativity. You know, you unleashing that sense of purity, of the childlike sense, of the, you know, the feral sense, the animal sense. You know, you've got two birds here. And that's about you rising, and this playful kind of like demeanor is so beautiful, pile 4. You need to cultivate that and keep that going. It's really important that you do, like so important that you do. The world needs you, pile 4. The world needs you. Okay, so I'll pour some blossoms, some enchanted blossoms for you. Just one card, please, for pile. One card, thank you. So grace. Now, it may be a little bit difficult to like embody grace when you're also like with the world within, but also like, I think, I don't know, it was reversed. So there may be a sense of you not, you being too graceful, you being too kind of like, too British about it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if, because I don't know my audience, they're not really British, but you know, it's like being too polite about it. And you don't need to do that. You really don't. You need to unleash that about yourself. You need to like bring that forward and unleash the phoenix. You've got those colors there. You know, this is about creativity, fire, drive. It's so wonderful. And I think it's really important that you kind of unleash that, and you really embody that. And in a way, that's when you can be graceful with your words and your actions. It's really interesting. Okay, so this is the Mansions of the Moon. So let's see what this has to say. I will take that one. The healing and dissolution. Treat your healing with resilience and rub your bruises gently. Wow. Just read that to you again. So it's Azimek, healing and dissolution. Treat your healing with resilience. Rub your bruises gently. And you've got Venus and Mercury. No, sorry, Venus and Mars with Virgo and Libra. So, you know, I think that also says to me that you need to be gentle with yourself. You need to be really gentle, because this is something that's, you know, it's like the way that these two are reaching out to each other. It's almost like, you know, it's, you know, you've got to, there's a sense of real care and love, and also allowance of that coming to you, you know. It's these two like people coming together, and it's not forced. It's something that's quite loving and quite gentle and nurturing. And, you know, I'm getting the idea of something that comes to you. You won't have to force it. It will just come to you, and it just does. It really does. Everything. That's relationships, jobs, circumstances. It always comes to you easily. Obviously, there are some things where you're going to have to fight for it, and you're going to be a little bit, it's going to be a little bit difficult. But, you know, in most instances, usually, particularly when it comes to like jobs, I've found like when I got my best jobs in acting, they came really easily. They came without me really caring about it. So let me see what the Stories Oracle has to say to you. I'll just take, oh God, I only want one. Only one, please. Thank you. Parvo. Okay. So, oh yes, before I forget, actually, I forgot this for pile 2, actually, and then I had to refilm it. So I will do this first. I'll pick up some gemstone energy for you. For pile 4, can I have some gemstone energy, please? For pile 4, what does the heart want to say for pile 4 in gemstone energy? We've got jade, the ultimate stone of the heart. Wisdom, abundance, good luck. Jade is highly prized and sacred, a wonderful stone for protection and healing, known as the dream stone. Jade will stimulate messages and channel them into your dreams when placed on your third eye chakra. The ultimate good luck charm, Jade promotes prosperity in every aspect of your life by opening the heart chakra and boosting your ability to receive. Wealth is nothing without your health, and jade is a reminder of true abundance, amplifying the good fortune of your vitality. Remember, you are a spiritual being having a human experience, and this is Aries, Taurus, Libra, Gemini, and Venus. And I've got some jade right here. This is my jade dragon. So that's jade. So yeah, that's cool, isn't it? Get yourself some jade if you can. That will help you. It is a very, very good stone. Okay, and then we've also got Pavo, which is here. And then we've got, right. Here we go, what does it say? If you had, what was that? If you had to close your eyes, what if you had to close your eyes to see clearly? What if you had to close your eyes to see clearly, Pile 4? Close your eyes to the intuition of your heart, where your heart is guiding you. And last but not least, we will look at the heart of the matter, which is this card here. Okay. So, heart is the chamber of unity. You can see that. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that, just trying to get in focus. Heart is the chamber of unity. It holds the essence of oneness and serenity. It's blind to the truth that is concealed within it. It's the clay that embraces both the darkness and the light. Remove the covering and behold this lowly heart, basking in the truth of light. So, what this is saying is, if you're finding some kind of, difficulty with where you are right now, look into your heart and see that there is no duality. There's no difference. And it happens a lot when there's a sense of poverty consciousness. We didn't get like the 5 of Pentacles, did we? No, we didn't get the 5 of Pentacles. I think we got the 5 of Cups. So there's a real disappointment there. But I think understanding like where you are rich and where you do have some amazing things that others don't have, that is where you're going to be able to find like some sense of peace, and where you can really connect to your heart. It's actually telling you directly that you need to connect to your heart. So any kind of like things that are going to bring you back to the reasons why you're doing what you're doing, that's not about thoughts. Why you do what you do and why you want to go on and do what you do is about your heart and about how you connect to your heart and about why you want it. So yeah, I think that's really important to look at for you, Pile 4. So Pile 4, I hope that helped with telling you what your heart is trying to tell you about this situation. If you did like it, please do like this video. Please do subscribe for more videos. I do daily videos, and I'll also be uploading more picker cards. But in the respect of this picker card reading, please do go and watch Helen's reading if you haven't done so already. And if you have, then thank you so much for taking the time to indulge in this collaboration and allow us to advise you on this situation. Now, you take care, have a beautiful day, and all the best. All the best, my darlings. Bye.